This is a 2023 Honda Pioneer. I don't know how much the bed's varied over time, but I bought this model because I like the transmission in the Honda unit over the Can-Ams. But what the Can-Ams and the Polarises have is a lot of options for the beds. I've seen a lot more features with clip-ons and tool racks and all kinds of accessories that you can get. You can't really do a headache rack with the Honda Pioneer the way that the cab is built. Really, that's my only criticism of this entire unit. It's been a beast. I use it as kind of a homestead utility machine, so I don't rip around too much. Keep my speed down for the most part, and I don't really use the bed for anything but tools, this kind of stuff, chainsaws, shovels, tools, shit like that. I have a nice trailer I can use for firewood. It holds a lot more than this, and it's a lot more convenient. So I started off with this project. Really, when I got the machine, I just put a plank in these one of these slots, and that's where I'd keep my chainsaws up in the front. And then this just became a catch-all of shit. And you know, in a year's time, less than a year, of course, it just fills full of garbage, and literally garbage. I pick up garbage along the road all the time, end up tossing it in the bed, throw away later, but inevitably starts to build up. So I kind of built this as I went along. Originally, I was going to do a lot of plywood and stuff, and I was going to kind of build this up and even like shape around this and contour to it and all this crazy dumb shit. And I decided that was just too much work. So really, I just kind of built on the original plank, came up to the full height there, built out across. I already had a chainsaw sheath from another project, so I screwed that in place. I had to make a longer one for my 620 Echo. Decided not to stand it up because it just stands up too high and it starts to interfere with visibility and stuff if I'm backing up. So put it in an angle like that. Seems like it's going to be pretty secure and safe. So those are the two saws I use mainly anyway. This Echo is just wonderful. This little arborist saw, just for trimming along trails and stuff, keeping things cleaned up. And then the 620 for bigger stuff. Garbage. I just saw a piece of garbage along the road there, so that's my little garbage bucket. Little hidey hole there that's going to catch all kinds of stuff that I don't use as often. I can throw straps and stuff down in there, chains. I got a bucket full of all kinds of hardware there. This is for any kind of small shovels and stuff that I use on a regular basis. Any bigger project, shovels, picks, all that kind of stuff, big stuff, that'll probably end up going in the trailer. I got a pole saw too, you know, that might go in the trailer, or broke down, put it back here. Gas and oil, wedges, stuff like that. Always have a wrench. Got my rope come along down there. I love that thing. It's kind of hidden away down in here, but if I'm going to be using that, the saw is out anyway. So that thing is fantastic. I love that rope come along. You can rig it up really quickly, pull a tree over. So, and then, you know, that's just a catch-all there for stuff. You know, if I go ripping around too much, this stuff might bounce out, but I don't drive that quickly. So it'll just be a nice spot to work. And then I got a little toolbox there just to put some random hand tools. I was going to put a vise on this just for sharpening chainsaws out in the woods. But I've found an experience that I'm not very good about regularly sharpening my saw. I might sharpen it at the end of the day, or you know, on a rainy day or something like that, but that's just me. But I had that experience of sharpening in the woods, and I like to have an actual vise to work off of. So that might be something I add later. Might end up covering this or something. But yeah, this is worked out really, really well. Really, the only other thing I can think of is I've seen tube steel bed extenders that were pretty neat, where they hinge here and fold out, and when you want to close your tailgate, you can flip them over and they don't take up much room in your bed. I probably will never get to do something like that. I mean, I can make something, but I really don't need any more bed space than this. It's a small unit. It turns tightly in the woods, and I'm always pulling a trailer, so I don't want to have my tailgate down and forget about it. So yeah, worked out really well. I just thought I would share it in case anybody else wanted to try to do a similar project on a Pioneer or some other kind of bed. Very customized to my needs, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. If I do need to lift the bed for service of the machine, if I take all the junk and stuff off of there, the wood's not heavy enough to really cause much grief there. In fact, I think the bed will stay up even with that wood in it. But if it doesn't, the whole thing will slide up out. Or it should. I haven't tried it yet. Might have to get some bars under each side to work it up. But I was going to put some turnbuckles in and tie it down, but it's pretty stiff and solid, and it's pretty tight. I'm not concerned about it. So I think it's right on. So thanks.